Fall is when everyone's pushing for cozy upgrades, seasonal sales, and new must-haves. But instead of chasing trends, here are the 5 things I will be doing this fall to stay grounded. I'm a process planning and quality manager. I audit systems and waste, including financial one, for a living. I know how easy it is to get swept away in seasonal hype. This fall, I'm focusing on habits that keep me financially steady without feeling restricted. Let's dig in. First things first. This is something that I talked about before, and this is something I love so much. Now, without further ado, it's basically reviewing my spending. I do this all the time, frequently as well as monthly. To be honest, sometimes I might slack a little bit after summer, holidays, if I'm out for a long time and I'm trying to get back into my habits. I have sometimes the tendency to put it away. I still do it, but not as frequently as I would want to. And it's fine. Every now and then we lose a little bit of our motivation and we need to be pushing ourselves again into our discipline and our regular routines. I still keep track of everything, maybe in the how I would want to, but I always want to take this season, this fall season, to take that control back. Because yes, summer holidays, traveling, plans, sometimes they put you off a little bit, but then you have to go back to your routine. And this is perfect for me because before the winter season, before Christmas, before the New Year's, I'd like to get everything into perspective. So I'm building my habits even before the year ends, and I'm remaining consistent. And it's okay to fall off track, but it's always important for us to go back into our consistent ways and to be good with ourselves. I would go back through the last 3 months, the summer month, and review my spending. Where were my leaks? If I had increased my spending in one category, what was it? Was it a good decision or not? And I would take note for the next year, basically. So if, for instance, I started saving for the holiday season a bit later and that put a dent in my finances, I would take that as a note, and the next year I would improve, because we are in a continuous improvement journey. No one is perfect. We are always making adjustments. We test certain things, see what works, reflect on what doesn't. But if we're just gonna be living arbitrarily, then we're not gonna be improving anything. So it's okay for you to fall off track, and it's okay for you to splurge every now and then, but if you are conscious about it, if you are reviewing your finances and taking note of that, then you are ahead of a lot of the population so far. Something else I like to do every single fall, and usually it's in September, it's when I go ahead and review all my wardrobe from the last year. Summer season is practically gone, so I like to go over what I have, and before buying any single item, I need to go over what I have. These are the things I got from the last year, for instance. This is what I feel like I might need more of. When I'm going to go buy something, I know exactly what I need, because knowing what to buy is going to help you so much not start piling anything that catches your eye. Basically, you will be making conscious decisions about the things that you need. And one tip, try to always go for classic things, not so much that fall into trends, because trends change. And once you have things that are more classic, like in fashion it's called like a capsule wardrobe, things that can be repurposed and styled with different things, this way you buy less. And this is something that I started applying to my fashion style, if you will. It's been over 3 years that I've been doing this, and I really noticed that I controlled my shopping so much, but at the same time I'm limiting things that I will be using over and over, and it's not just gonna be stuck in my wardrobe because I don't like it. And this is something that definitely helped. Now, I don't necessarily call myself hardcore minimalist. I did adopt a lot of minimalist traits, and this is something that I have. I need to know every piece in my wardrobe, and I need to be using it. Otherwise, I have to repurpose it, I have to donate it, or I have to give it to someone. So make sure you are auditing before you're buying. If you're liking the video so far, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe. Thank you. Another thing that is super important is planning early for holidays. The holiday season is crazy already. I believe most of the spending is happening during these 4 months, so I feel like it's always good for me to get ahead. Instead of waiting until November, December to plan for the holiday, to get the gift, etc., it's always interesting to start to do this earlier on. even if I'm not necessarily going to buy everything, it's good for me to start getting gifts early on. So every now and then I would buy something, or I would actually have a sinking fund for this, and I would be putting money aside every paycheck. Then I feel like I already planned for it. So from September to December, when I feel like it's the time of the year where everything is heightened, overconsumption as its peak, you have fall, your Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then you have Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. All of these things are happening in 4 months. I feel like when I space things out throughout the 4 months, I'm indulging consciously, I'm still treating myself, and I'm planning ahead. This is not putting a dent in my finances. Does any of these habits resonate with you? Let me know down in the comments. Something else I like to do in fall season also is hosting at home. Now, I know that going out or having dinners outside are a substantial part of our budget. Yes, we like to splurge, we like to treat ourselves every now and then for a nice dinner or something, but I feel like hosting inside as well definitely helps add so much coziness, but at the same time, you can definitely spare some money in there. This also ties to the last thing I like to think about whenever I'm planning for this period of time is investing constantly. Now, I keep track of everything that I'm investing in, but I do not reduce anything. Might as well actually increase sometimes my investments. Whenever I have some left over from a category that I haven't used, I will go ahead and invest that, because sometimes we tend to put aside a certain amount of money each paycheck for investments, and when things happen or you get to a season where spending and overconsumption is heightened, you are spending more than usual. So something that we are sacrificing sometimes is our savings and investments. So you are investing less, you're saving less because you're spending more. And for me, this is not something that I partake in. Absolutely not. For me, that's out of the question. I will always keep my investment and saving check. So I will not reduce my investment rate because I'm going to be indulging, because sometimes I'm going to be missing out and there's the opportunity cost because I needed to splurge or some decoration or I needed something new. I'm going to be putting a dent in my finances that way. So I will still be investing consistently, and sometimes I might even increase my rate of investment if I saw a good opportunity that I wouldn't be missing out on. So this is something that I still partake and still plan ahead of time, because I'm preparing myself for the end of the year and I like to see my portfolio grow. If you like this video, make sure to check this one. Thank you for hanging out. See you next week.